All right, welcome to the relationship show. This person writes this post is arguing vital for a good romantic relationship. I would say arguing is not, but managing the certainty and uncertainty or variety in a relationship is. And so sometimes this can be perceived as like sticking up for yourself or not having to agree on everything. And like if they say, well, why do you think that? It's like, well, you stay strong with your opinion. But there needs to be that balance of certainty and uncertainty. So sometimes you see like long-term relationships, they have just their routines, their everyday thing, or every Friday they go on a date or something like that, where it's just like they know what to expect with the relationship all the time. And there's so much certainty and very little variety. And very little surprise or tension, or this is kind of what I'm thinking this person's referring to is like the tension. So it's like that tension and release, which has to do with the certainty and uncertainty. And really, certainty is really essential for like a family dynamic, but the variety and the excitement and the mystery and the suspense, and sometimes even like the conflicts that the two of you overcome, sometimes that does boost desire. So let's read this post and see if there's any more insight that they're talking about. I have been dating this girl, okay, guy writing this post. I've been dating this girl for about 6 months and we have never fought before. That's excellent. It's like usually the people who fight don't understand relationships or don't understand how to communicate with the other person in a relationship. We have had disagreements, but we have never raised our voices to each other or gotten mad at each other because of the disagreement. I read online that fighting is actually healthy for a relationship. Again, I would say it has to do with the certainty and uncertainty. And if you have too much of the uncertainty, it can cause a failure in the relationship. And if you have too much certainty in a relationship, then it can cause a failure in a relationship and it will cause it to stagnate versus being like too hard or, something that's like, too hard, too difficult. Or less too the word is they're too less stable if I'm communicating that in a way that it kind of makes sense. We have had disagreements, but we have never raised our okay. I read online fighting a relationship, but we have avoided those so far by talking through disagreements. Is it bad that we haven't fought yet? I would say totally no. But I would be cognizant of mixing things up or not telling her where you're going on dates or doing little surprises if you are getting caught in those routines, especially in like long-term relationships. So be aware of that. Also, sometimes maybe give her some space, as well as being like have really intimate moments. And so, think about those in your context and your situation. How much certainty is there in your relationship versus how much variety? Because there really needs to be a balance. I read one study one time, and it was about you need basically 5 good experiences for 1 difficult experience. And if you have basically less than that, or if you have like 2 difficult experiences for every 5 good, that's too many difficult situations. And then another one on the other side, if you have 11 good situations to every 1 bad, anything more than that, so if you have 12 good to every 1 bad, that is too much. And so it's like there is a balance between this, and you can really mix it up, be creative with that. Because it really is managing this certainty and uncertainty is one of the big processes in succeeding at relationships.